Okay, let's go.
Hello everyone, welcome to Esa Unggul University podcast. I'm student podcast. We are discussion currently an issue that are happening around us.
And today we're going to talk about the growth of the Chinese car brands in Indonesia.
Before we intro the discussion, let's do a quick introduce in Okta.
And I am Devin Lanektra as the host for today. And joining us as our panelist today is Maulana. Hey Maulana.
Hi.
An Esa Unggul University student who is actively working in the business division of a manufacturing company in Indonesia.
I'm glad to be part of today's talk. I hope my experience can contribute to our conversation today.
Thank you, Maulana. We also have a guest speaker joining us online. And Cheng, a student of Esa Unggul, who in currently studying in China. Welcome to campus to start, Ardi.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me. I'm glad to join this podcast.
Good to hear to Aldi. Lately, in fire and like a Chinese car are everywhere in Indonesia.
Yeah, compared to a few years ago, the growth is really fast. Many Chinese automotive brands seems to enter the car market on a large scale. Aldi, since you're currently in China, how does this expansion of Chinese cars look from your perspective there?
From what I see in China, this expansion is very strategic. Many automotive companies focus on innovation and fast production to meet global demand for cars. Before entering international market, several companies had invested heavily in research and manufacturing system.
That makes sense. What is interesting is how this strategy affects car buyers in Indonesia. I mean, like by combining innovation and fast production, China's car brands can offer advanced car features at more competitive price, and that really changed how people choose cars today.
And when we talk about a Chinese car, electric car always come up.
True, Chinese electric cars are becoming popular in Indonesia because they offer modern car technology and digital system.
Yes, and in China, electric cars are already part of daily life. Strong government support and large scale car manufacturing help automotive companies grow quickly.
Yeah, that explains why China's electric cars feel more accessible in Indonesia. I mean, many consumers are interested in these cars since the technology is easy to use and affordable. As a result, those cars enter the Indonesian market with better features and more competitive price.
Both dominance in the car market also brings a challenge.
Yes, questions about long-term reliability and sustainability of these cars often appear.
Automotive companies should balance expansion with environmental responsibility. If companies had ignored sustainability issues in the past, they would not have gained consumer trust today.
So from our discussion today, it's clear that the dominance of Chinese automotive cars in Indonesia didn't only happen by chance. It's driven by car, technology pricing, and fast innovation, and it will continue to influence the market in the future.
At the same time, and This group brings challenge special related to sustainability and long-term car reliability.
So it's not just about popularity, but also responsibility, right?
Okay, before we end today's talk, Mr. Ardi, thank you for sharing your knowledge to form here.
Thank you for having me. Glad to join this talk.
And also, Mr. Maulana, thanks for your time to join us in this episode.
Yeah, thank you as well. It was a pleasure to be part of this talk.
Alright, the brings off to the end of today episode of Esa Unggul University podcast.
Thank you for listening, and we hope this discussion gave you clearer view of what's happening in the Indonesia automotive car market.
See you in the next podcast.
See you guys.